Hello and welcome to Loppy Loves Life. If you haven't been here before, my name is Lauren and this is just the channel for my videos about my personal life. My main channel is Loppy Loves Iceland, and today I am going to be doing my year review of 2024 and also setting my goals and resolutions for 2025. So I used to record videos on the Loppy Loves Iceland channel with my New Year's resolutions and goals. But this year I started this channel to keep the personal videos away from my Iceland related content. So this year I will be doing the review on this channel. So what I'm going to do today is review last year's video to see what my intentions were for the year and see if any of those happened. I also have my vision board here for this year, which I didn't do before. So I will also be checking my vision board to see if anything of that came true. I am also going to give my resolutions that I intend to keep this year. We'll see if I stuck to any of them from last year. I don't actually remember what they were, so that doesn't bode well. And I will also be doing a review of my year and how I felt things went. And I will also be giving my word of the year for 2025, and I'm actually going to start with that right now. So for those of you unfamiliar, a word of the year is a word that you decide is going to be your theme for the year. It's easier to stick to than a resolution, and it's also easier to remember because it's just one word, and you try to focus your goals to that word. And I have found it's been really helpful for me personally. So this is the 4th year in a row that I will be doing a word of the year. So in 2022 I had consistency, which did not happen because of a lot of big life events happened that year. 2023 was strength, and I felt good that I stuck to that. I felt I achieved that. 2024 was courage, and I feel like I have been braver this year, especially in putting myself out there and going for things that I wouldn't necessarily have gone for before. And so that leads me on to 2025. The word of the year is going to be embrace. So I'm just going to embrace the challenges, the experiences, and anything that this year throws at me. And just kind of take things as they come. So now I am going to start playing last year's New Year video, the review of the year from the Loppy Loves Iceland channel. And I will commentate as it's going to see if I felt that I achieved the things that I intended to achieve this year. So in today's video, I just kind of wanted to reflect on the last year and the goals that I had set in last year's New Year's video. First thing I want to say is that I feel like I look a lot younger in that video. It was only 1 year ago. I turned 30 in January 2024. So I was 29 in this video. It was like a few weeks before my birthday. I feel like I look a lot younger in that video. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's interesting. And kind of just see if anything, if I achieved any of the resolutions that I set, what happened, and set the goals for the next year. So this is more of just a personal record for me. So if you don't watch this, that is completely fine. It is not the regular point of this channel. So now I will talk about my goals for the coming year, for 2024. My word of the year is going to be courage this year. I want to just put myself out there a bit more and just be braver and bolder in my decisions. So that is my word of the year for 2024. And as you might have noticed, there is this board next to me. This is the vision board that I made in October. So I have been making vision boards since I was 14, but I haven't made one for a few years, and this is the biggest and most detailed one that I have ever made. So I made this in October. Pause sticks, my boyfriend just brought me some popcorn. December 2024, so this is like over a year. It's like a 14, 15-month vision board. And some of the things on it are already starting to come true, which is lovely. So I'm not going to share this with you. It's a bit personal, but I will go over it in next year's New Year's Eve video to show you what came true and what didn't. And my goals, I'm not going to call them resolutions this year. I don't know why I did in that video because I don't normally call them that. I'm going to apply for citizenship in October. That's when I'm eligible for citizenship. I didn't. I have been eligible since October, but I have not applied for my citizenship, and it is pure laziness. I have to get my criminal record from the UK, and I think it's a 10-page form to fill out, and also you have to upload a passport photo, a recent one. I had a nightmare getting my passport renewed last year, because you take the photo at home and the background and the lighting is never right, and it took so many attempts to get the right picture, and I'm a little bit traumatised by that. But I am aiming to get my criminal record application in this month, and then that means that my citizenship application will not be accepted this year, but hopefully in 2026, because at the moment it's taking at least 18 months, closer to 2 years, to get citizenship in Iceland. And an update for those of you who follow my channel, I did pass my citizenship exam. I got the results early. They came last week or the week before, so I passed the exam. So now I just need to get all of my documents ready for my application, and I am planning to submit it in October. The thing that I'm a bit worried about is I tend to procrastinate a lot, so I'm worried about like putting it off and just not doing it next year. I want to go on holiday to at least one country that isn't England. So didn't happen. I went many times to England, and I went to a few new places within England, but I did not go to a country outside of the UK this year. We might be going to Rome in the spring. My father-in-law wants to go, but we'll see how the plans go, because the Rome plan is still in place, but we haven't gone. But we did go with him to York instead. I think the planning doesn't go too well when we make these plans usually. I also quite like to go back to Budapest. I went for a week in 2017, January 2017, and I went on the way to Russia. I spent a night in Budapest, but I would quite like to go back. So yeah, I'd like to go to at least one country. It doesn't matter what country, just not England. But I also want to go to England as well, you know. I also want to read more books. I have a goal of reading at least a book a month, so 12 books for 2024. I do have a piece of paper where I'm like writing down the name of a book that I'm starting and then colouring it in when it's finished, but I have misplaced it already. I still don't know where that piece of paper is, but I did keep a record on my phone of all the books that I read. And last night at 9 o'clock, I finished book number 14 of the year. So I did complete that goal, and I am very proud of myself. I used to read a lot more, but in recent years I haven't read as much because I don't have the time. I'm a really busy person, and so I thought setting myself one book a month was an attainable goal. Sometimes I read multiple books in a month, and some months I didn't read at all. But yeah, 14 books I started and completed in 2024. There are 2 books that I'm still working through that I started and didn't finish. And there were also, I think, 3 books that I started, got quite a bit into them, and then decided that book just wasn't for me and I didn't want to continue it. So yeah, I did read quite a lot this year, considering my time constraints and busy schedule. So yeah, 12 books this year, because I love reading. I just don't have a lot of time to read that much, and I don't read as much as I want to. I want to get back into exercise. I used to go to the gym between 3 to 5 times a week, and I did go to the gym yesterday. I went to a Zumba class at the gym yesterday, but the last time before that was February. So I barely went in 2023 to the gym. Again, it's just time constraints. It's so difficult to fit a lot. As you could probably tell by my reaction, that didn't happen this year, but within the last week I have been using the app. I think it's called Fitness Arcade or something. I can't remember the name of it. I downloaded it earlier in the year, but only used it once and then forgot about it, and I have rediscovered it this week, and it's been really fun. So you put the phone on the floor or on a table, your body's in the camera, and then you have to like catch, you know, dots on the screen and things and move your body, and it's really good. But yeah, I do really need to exercise again because I miss it and it makes me feel good. Things in my life at the moment. Complete my diploma course successfully. So now that I'm doing the Fine diploma, I hope that I can finish that successfully as well. I did that. I am very happy with my final project. It was 3 pieces in a cohesive collection. My collection was Dracula and the Abbey, and I do have a video about that on my Enderleafka Jewellery channel, which I will put somewhere up here. Yeah, so I passed that diploma, and now I am working on my advanced diploma, which is the final jewellery diploma that I will be doing in this school. I am still going to keep my goal of 1,000 subscribers for this channel. So we're finishing the year on 595 subscribers, so that's more than halfway there. So if you could see from the screen recording, I'm at 1.04 thousand subscribers. I did reach 1,000 this year. I am very, very happy with that. Although weirdly, the last 2 weeks I've been dropping quite a lot. So I was at 1.08 and then I dropped like 40 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. But in like 2 rounds of just like loads of people overnight, and I don't really know what's happening, if that's the algorithm or something. But yeah, I'm very happy with where that channel is. Obviously this channel has less than 10, but this is a new channel and it's not posted on very often. It's just an offshoot of the main channel, and I'm very happy that that channel is doing well. We more than doubled the subscriber count within the last year, so I think that is achievable this year. So 1,000 subscribers, hopefully. I just need to be more consistent in posting videos and yeah, making I was less consistent posting videos this year because of time constraints. After my diploma, I will be focusing more on YouTube, but it is a very intensive course that I am taking, as well as working full-time and running a business. Content for you guys. So actually, yeah, please share this video or share one of my videos on my channel with your friends and family who might also enjoy watching my videos, so that we can try and get the subscriber count up, please. I would appreciate that, thank you. And I would also like to get a new vlogging camera. So these videos are just filmed on a webcam on my laptop. There is a camera that I do want, just drop my phone, for vlogging, like in real life, like going outside and walking down the street. I can show you the town that I live in. I can show you more of Iceland if I have a proper vlogging camera. The one that I want is a DJI Pocket 2, I think. There is a Pocket 3, but the Pocket 2, the old one, is fine. And it comes with like a creator bundle where you get like a microphone and everything in, so that I can make better quality videos for you guys. Yeah, so I really want that camera. And I bought it. I bought it in January that year. It didn't come until February. I bought a second-hand one from a used camera website that I used a few years ago. I didn't realise they had video cameras on that website. I bought it. I don't use it as much now, but I did use it a lot earlier in the year and during the summer, because I also upgraded my phone that I'm recording on right now. My old phone had a terrible, terrible camera. And this is I bought it secondhand. I think it's a Samsung Galaxy, I think it's an S22. That shows you how much I know about my phone. I think it's an S22. I bought a secondhand one, and the camera on this is great. So when I got this, I started using this more than the actual camera that I bought for YouTube. I did actually yesterday try to buy it on a payment plan, but I got rejected for the payment plan. So I do suspect it's because I'm not a citizen in Iceland. There are some places that won't give you a loan if you don't have citizenship. So I do suspect that was the reason that I was instantly rejected from the automatic application. That wasn't true. I found out what the problem was. So my credit score was low, and it was because I hadn't submitted my marital status to Iceland, which I did earlier in the year. In the beginning of 2024, in January, I got my permanent residency approved. And to get permanent residency, you have to submit your marital status, like an official document claiming that you are not married, so you're single. When I did that, my credit score improved, because I don't think my credit score is that bad. I haven't checked it, but I don't think I have a bad one. So I have no reason to have a bad one, at least. So those are the goals for next year. So that was last year's goals and review of last year's things. I didn't get a lot of my goals completed, but also some of my goals changed. So that'll be quite interesting to see if any of my goals from my vision board have changed as well. And so let's go straight into the vision board. You could see it in the background of that video, and that's where I've kept it all year. There is one thing added to it, and that's this thing hanging at the bottom. I don't know if this is going to fit in the shot. Barely. It is huge. It is huge. So we're going to take it a little bit by bit. So start on this side. I have a lot of motivational quotes on it as well. So mindset is everything. Motivation. CEO. Manifest it. Make yourself a priority. I am a fighter. This one here. I am the success story. This has become my favourite affirmation, and I say it a lot. And if I'm having a bad day, my boyfriend will get me to say this repeatedly, and it has become my favourite affirmation. This one here is YouTube. Loppy Loves Iceland, and I think I edited it to say 1,500 subscribers, and that was because I wanted to aim really high, and if I aimed there I would get to 1,000. So no, I didn't achieve this, but I did get to 1,000, and I'm very happy with that. This is a little cozy picture with a book to motivate me to read more, and I have prioritised self-care and reading this year. Got myself a self-care routine now, so yeah, this is something that I feel has come true. Jewel Fund, that's interesting. Jewel Fund award winner. So Jewel Fund is an annual grant by Jewellers Academy, which is where I'm studying my diplomas, to get £1,000 towards your business. And I had applied for a few years in a row and never won. It doesn't exist anymore. There was no Jewel Fund this year, because they've replaced it now with once every 2 months. Someone on Instagram, just a random person, wins that money, and there's no application. So that is irrelevant now because it doesn't exist. Your potential is endless. This here, massage. My boyfriend bought me a massage voucher for my birthday in January, and we went for the massage in the summer, so that came true. Self-care isn't selfish. As I already said, I have now got a self-care routine. This is another person reading in a relaxing environment to motivate me to read. And then this one says Shelverklassen exhibition by Lauren Walton. I have wanted to do a jewellery exhibition for a long time, and Shelverklassen was where I do some markets, and I like that space, so I was just thinking to be as specific as possible, that space. I didn't do the market in Shelverklassen. I was there for a Christmas market in December. But I did do an exhibition the last 2 days of November. A friend invited me to do an exhibition with her at a different location, and I did it and I loved it. So that did come true, actually, the exhibition. Right, this middle bit is going to be a little bit hard to get on camera. So yeah, don't forget to take a break. I am loved, girl boss, financial freedom, good health. That came true. My immune system has been terrible since 2022, the first time that I caught COVID. I had COVID 3 times in the space of a year, and it destroyed my immune system. I was catching everything. This year, my immune system is on the rise, so that is something that did come true. I have been a lot healthier this year. This is another Jewellers Academy edited picture. They have online classes. I would like to have an online class with them, so that was just a conceptual jewellery collection, just as to be specific about a class. No, I do not have a class at the Jewellers Academy. There's another one here that is a Jewellers Academy interview with Lauren Walton to be interviewed on their podcast. That didn't come true, but I did ask. I did send in a message asking, never got a reply. I was invited to be on a different podcast in September, but that never ended up happening because I think the podcast was going to be a new podcast, and we'd arranged it. I'd had an interview and everything for it, And then when it came to recording, the person never sent me the link, and I don't think the podcast actually exists. So I think the person just got a bit overwhelmed who was going to host it. And so that never happened. 200,000 kroner a month income from beading classes. I haven't done any paid beading classes. However, I have recently spoken to someone about doing beading classes for tourists in my town at a local restaurant here after they close. So that should be happening this year, and I've started buying the supplies for it. And to get 200,000 kroner a month, I'm planning to have a maximum limit of 10 people per class. And if all of the finances work out the way that it should, I'm going to be charging 10,000 kroner a class. So I just need to do 2 full classes a month to reach that target. So that is still going to be this year's goal. This here is a cheque for 5 million kroner for my business. This is one of the few things that does have a date written on it, 31st of December. Didn't come anywhere close to that, of course not, but I'm still going to keep it on there and change the date. This here, By the Power of Thor, this is the novel that I am writing. I have been writing that for nearly 10 years, and in 2023 I was making good progress. I started it again. Started the manuscript again, made really good progress, and then this year I haven't really actually done a lot on it, but it's still something I want to get done. I'm not going to share anything about the story until I have a first draft completed. It's my Jewellers Academy Fine Diploma Completion Certificate, which is the only other thing that has a date on it, and I achieved that. So I need to change this for my Advanced Diploma Certificate, which I'm actually really struggling with, so that is something really good to have on the board, because right now I don't know if I will see the end of that diploma, because it is very difficult. This one at the bottom, Listermann Alone. This is the artist salary, which is a grant in Iceland, and you can get, I wanted 12 months, like a full year of salary to do a creative project. This is no longer a goal, actually, so I didn't get it at the beginning of 2024. And I didn't apply this year because it's not currently a goal of mine. So that has changed, and that's interesting. It's another picture of reading a book. Tell I was really into, reading this year, like wanting to get my books read. Here I have money. It's just loads of kroner notes. No, I don't have any money, so... yeah. This here, immigration, education success. This was all about my citizenship application submitted. This is about submitting my citizenship application, which I have not done. So this will stay on for this year. This here is a photo of a hotel I want to stay at I think it's in the Westfjords, called Hotel Heidalu. And no, I didn't stay there. We didn't travel within Iceland this year because the weather was so terrible all summer, so there was no point. This is a little card that I got with an order. I think it's from Sugar and Sloth. Yep. It says, I am as safe as a bug in a snuggly rug. And I just thought that was really nice to add to my vision board. Then we go to this side. I am exactly where I need to be. I am successful. I am confident. Manifest. Note to self, do not quit. Confidence. Wake up and smile. I am healthy. Again, it's true now. Stay focused. It always seems impossible until it's done. That's also become a nice quote that I really like. This here is my favourite hotel in Iceland. It is Hotel Hreinsnev. Didn't go there again this year. No travelling this year. This is Whitby Abbey. So I was going to Whitby in January for my birthday anyway, and I knew that. But this particular picture is Whitby in the autumn because I wanted to go to Goth Weekend, which seemed impossible because everything is sold out really early and expensive. But we went. We actually went to Whitby 3 times this year. So we went in January for a week. We had a day trip to Whitby during the summer. And we also went to Whitby for Goth Weekend. So that one came true. This is another self-care image, which again, I have a self-care routine now. So just someone blissfully happy floating in the water. I think that was just another relaxation thing. Spa day. My massage was the only spa related thing this year. This is Zumba class. I need to put a bigger image of this somewhere because I haven't gone back to Zumba this year and I really miss it. 70 kilos. This was the weight that I wanted to achieve because I have put on a lot of weight in the last few years and I don't feel healthy anymore. This is a weight that I want to get back down to. Slimming picture as well. I didn't achieve this, but in September I started a program called Slim Pod and I have lost 5 kilos since September, which is not a huge amount, but it's an amount that I'm proud of. So it is coming down. Because for a couple of years I was stuck at a weight that no matter if I lost a little bit, it would come back on immediately. Whereas I have properly lost it now. So it is coming down. So maybe the end of this year, 70 kilos. We'll see. Read more books with the number 12 next to it. Get 12 books this year, and I achieved it. I got 14 books this year. This is just a picture of a really happy couple. And I am in a happy relationship, so yes. Is it yoga? I have not done a lot of yoga this year. I really like yoga. I need to do more. Stress-free. I have been making a lot of progress with lowering my stress levels. I'll talk a bit more about that in a bit, but yes, this is coming true. This is just someone waking up happily, and the alarm clock says 7:30 and wake up and smile. And this was because I would like to be able to stay in bed until 7:30 because I have to get up for work at 6. This is not come true yet because I'm still in the same job. Oh yeah, and then at the bottom there's some more affirmations. I am strong, I am capable, I am resilient. So that was my board for 2024. Achieved a few things, not everything, but I also didn't put a proper date on that board like you are supposed to do. So I'm going to change some things on it and also add a date and try to achieve more of those things this year. So I'm just going to do a quick review of my year this year, things that stood out to me. So in January I turned 30 and I turned 30 in Whitby and I had a lovely day. My mum and my stepdad came to visit and I was blissfully happy that week. I remember I had my diary and I was so calm and so happy and so relaxed. We were staying in Whitby Youth Hostel, which is next door to Whitby Abbey. Perfect location. We also got free entry into the Abbey from staying there. And it was a really, really nice way to welcome in this new decade of life. I was also very excited to turn 30 because my 20s were quite rough. And I'm happy to be in my 30s. I spent 2 weeks travelling in the UK in the summer. We went to a lot. I think we went to like 7 different towns. So we were staying in Birmingham, where I'm from. Went to visit my dad in Pembroke Dock, and while we were there, we went to Tenby. We went to visit my aunt in Ross-on-Wye. We also went to York, where Sigrion's dad and brother came to meet us, and we also went to Whitby for a day trip from York. And we went to Shrewsbury to visit a friend. So we travelled a lot in 2 weeks, and that was a really, really fun trip. And I also went to Northallerton in October, which was another new town for me. So both York and Northallerton were new towns in North Yorkshire, which is my favourite place and I want to explore more. We spent 1 night in Northallerton on the way to Whitby, and it's a lovely little town, but you couldn't really spend more than 1 night there. There isn't a lot to do. We did end up being there on market day, the next day after we woke up in the hotel, which was a surprise because I didn't plan that. So that was nice, but I think if there wasn't a market day, we would have struggled to find something to do until our train to Whitby. I finished my fine diploma and I was really happy with what I made for that project. It really pushed me creatively, and I also did a lot of research into historical jewellery, which I am carrying on now, so I love it. And I am now doing my advanced diploma, which is tough. I finished my first term, so I'm a third of the way through it. It's really, really hard going, but I am going to try and push through it to the end. I discovered Fab Lab here in Selfos, which is a free-to-use, it's called a lab, but it's like a lot of machines, like 3D printers, laser cutters, CNC machines, that you can learn how to use and use for free. You only pay for materials unless you bring your own materials. And that's become really helpful for my business, making earrings out of discarded wood that I designed everything. And then I have just recently bought a Cricut machine, which is like a vinyl cutter, die cutter. And I used it for the first time a few days ago. I've made some stickers and bookmarks, laminated bookmarks. And these are going to be really useful for my business. So I'm really excited to see how much I learn on this technology I haven't used before. I started wearing bolder things this year, confidently in Iceland. So I wanted a pair of rainbow glasses with glitter for a few years. I found these about 18 months ago and never bought them. So it's got glitter on the side and then they're kind of rainbow coloured. I bought them in May, and I also bought another pair because it came with like a free pair of glasses. I ended up wearing the other pair more. So the other pair are also same colours, different strange shape, and then they have like corners with like little hearts carved into them. And also bolder leggings. I've been more confidently wearing my kind of weird leggings. The ones that I'm wearing at the moment have aliens all over them, but I have been more confident wearing them out and about because in Iceland, everyone just kind of tends to wear black, plain black, and you really stand out if you wear anything a bit different. I also have my coat that I've been wearing that I bought in Denmark in 2023, which is like blue with just loads of tiny coloured flowers all over it. So I do very much stand out here. In the UK, like, you know, bright leggings and things are kind of more mainstream, but here, no, no one does it. So very much stands out when I do it. And I've been more confident with wearing those things out and about. And also I'm getting a lot of compliments on my glasses because there are no really out there glasses in Iceland really. I have started hypnotherapy again. So in November 2023, I started a short course of hypnotherapy for 5 weeks. And I found it really beneficial. It was expensive. I got it for a bit cheaper because I agreed to do a video review afterwards, a testimonial for the guy to use. And I really wanted to go back to hypnotherapy, but it is very expensive. And I did find, though, that you can get free hypnotherapy with a student hypnotherapist through a hypnotherapy institute in America. I'll put the link on the screen. And I am now back in hypnotherapy for free with a lovely hypnotherapist who graduates in February. And I found it really beneficial. And also my boyfriend noticed the difference this summer when we were travelling. So my hypnotherapy last year was all about anxiety and managing stress levels. And one of the things that I get very anxious about is travelling. So I love travelling, but the actual travelling bit, I would get really stressed out, check the passport, 50 times the night before, and then constantly check it on the way to the airport and at the airport, and I'd be so stressed about everything going wrong. This summer he said to me, he was like, it's really helped you. But I hadn't noticed, but he was like, I can't believe how calm you are, and hadn't even checked the passports or anything. It doesn't bother me now. So I find it really beneficial. I'm glad that I'm back in hypnotherapy. And I've also been using a lot more hypnosis audio downloads as well, because I am finding that really, really beneficial in my life. And then the last thing I've written down is that I started 2 YouTube channels. So I already had 2. Loppy Loves Iceland, of course, is the main channel and always will be. So I already had that one. I also had Loppy Loves Eco, which I haven't done anything with for about a year and a half. And that's not, like, I do want to keep doing it. It's just that I'm so busy with my schoolwork that I can't really find the time and the inspiration to keep running so many channels. But I did start this channel, Loppy Loves Life, because I wanted to keep my life update videos and personal videos separate from the Loppy Loves Iceland channel, so that could be just purely focused on Iceland content. And then this is for the personal videos that some people enjoy watching. And I also started my business channel for Endurlífga Jewellery. So I haven't hosted a huge amount on that, but I did put my hour-long documentary about making my final project and a few tutorials on it. And yeah, I'm excited to grow these channels as well. So that was my review of last year and my hopes and expectations for next year. Let me know in the comments below if you have any goals or you make a vision board or anything to set your intentions for the year. Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.